Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a very highly requested eyebrow tutorial. This is something that I put off for a while just because I wanted to make sure that the routine that I was doing is something that I actually do every day, because sometimes I go back and forth between products. But today I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I have the pomade and I also have the brow powder duo. So these are the products that I have been using pretty much non-stop for the past few months. And what I mean by going back and forth between a couple products is that sometimes I'll use like a NYX pencil and sometimes I'll use a Benefit pencil, but I always find myself going back to the Anastasia Beverly Hills. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Also, another reason why I kind of put it off is because even though I'm a licensed esthetician, a lot of times I kind of slack on getting my eyebrows done or doing them myself. So I took the time the other day to actually do my own eyebrows, which is kind of rare for me because I just kind of let them go and I'm like, oh, makeup will fix it, it's fine. But today they're done, you know, they're plucked and everything, and we're gonna be doing them. So let's get right into the video. I have a little antler thing I'm going to be using to pull my hair back. You probably won't see it in the camera angle, but I think it's super cute. And also, if you see me do in like the same shirt in the next couple of videos, it's because I'm sitting down and I'm actually going to film probably 2 or 3 videos today. So I'm just, no point of changing my shirt for that. So just so you know, you're probably going to hear that again in the next couple of videos. Alright, so to do my eyebrows, I take 2 eyebrow brushes. This first one is the Must Have Angled Liner from Sephora, and you see this a lot in my videos. It is the most precise, thin eyeliner brush I have ever used, and I love this little guy, and I got it in a little like eyeliner kit, but I love using it for like brows and stuff too. So the number on it is 90. I don't know if they have it at Sephora or on Sephora.com. I will try to check that out for you guys and leave a link down below if I do find anything. But any very fine, if you can kind of see, very fine, any very fine eyebrow pencil or, oh, I can't even speak right now. Any very fine eyebrow brush will work for this. So I use this brush in the pomade. And the pomade I have is in dark brown, and you can see I've used a little bit of it. Before I did buy the full size, I did have a little sample pack, and let me see if I can find it. I must have thrown it away. So I had a little sample pack of 4 different shades, and I was going back and forth between a couple of them, but the dark brown fits me by far, like it suits me so much. So the second eyebrow brush that I use is by NYX, and this is just the dual-ended one, so it has the little brush on one end and the spoolie on the other. And this is what I use in the powder. So the powder from Anastasia that I have is the dark brown also, and I do use both sides. So I'll show you what I've used on the inside. So that is what I've used so far. I've had this product for about 6 months now also. So you can see I have used it a lot, but I have not hit pan. I probably will here soon though, at least in the darker color. So the first thing I like to do is I like to brush through my brows with the spoolie from the NYX brush. So I'll just brush through them quickly like this. Kind of brush them upwards and outwards. Now I'm going to take the Sephora Must Have Angled Eyeliner brush into the pomade, and I'm just going to kind of drag it a little bit. So once I do have product onto the brush, I like to start at the very beginning and kind of do a shape towards the end on the bottom part of the brow. So I'll start right here, and I just kind of feather it, and I just kind of go with it. I go with the basic shape of the brow. And there are areas where I do not grow hair, so that's why I love the pomade, because it does fill in the area, it helps it to look very natural, but also very pigmented. So now that I've kind of layered that down, I like to feather it upwards starting from the beginning. So I just kind of do little strokes like this, and then I also drag it towards the tail. Alright, so now that the bottom half is done, I like to go back into the pomade, and I do it 3/4 of the way from the top going back towards the tail, so starting right about here, and I like to draw my arch and connect it right at the tail. And then I do the same thing as far as doing hair strokes, but I do it going down towards the tail. So now with any product that's left over on the brush, I like to kind of blend it towards the beginning of the brow right here. And just doing back and forth kind of hair strokes like this and connecting it a little bit more at the top. Okay, so now we are done with the pomade for this eyebrow. So the next thing that I do is I take the NYX brush and I dip into the lighter colored side of my brow powder duo. So I get a little bit of product onto there and I kind of tap off the excess, and I start right at the beginning of the brow and I go straight upwards. So I start right here at the base where I laid down the pomade and I just go upwards just like that, very lightly. And then I try to fill it in right on top. And then I kind of turn the brush to the side and kind of feather it this way. And I just kind of blend it towards the inner part of the brow. And that's just with the light color. And the next thing that I do is I like to blend both powders. So I just kind of dip the brush and swirl it in the middle. And I do it right at the center part of like 3/4 of the way brow. So right about here, and I just feather it towards the tail. So for the rest of the brow, I just take the dark brown side and I just kind of fill it in, and I kind of lay down that pomade so the powder kind of soaks up any extra moisture that there might be, and it also helps to define and make it a little bit more pigmented. Alright, so now that I have all of the brow powder and the products on, I'm going to quickly do the other brow and then I'll be right back. And the next step that I do is I like to take the spoolie side from my NYX brush and I like to spoolie just the beginning, going towards the tail of the brow just to kind of blend it out and make it look a little bit more natural, a little bit less intense in the front. And whenever I do my eyebrows, I don't really care if I'm too messy, and you'll see why in a moment because I can always clean it up. So now what I like to do is I like to take some concealer and I like to clean up the edges of the eyebrow, and that's what I mean by it doesn't matter if it's too messy because you can always just go back and clean it up. So the first one I'm going to take is the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in light yellow corrector. And I'm going to use this on the bottom part of my eyebrows. So I just squeeze out a little bit of product and I place it right here in the arch. And then that's pretty much all the product I'm using besides what's already on the brush. So I just kind of line right underneath here. And then right back at the beginning here, just to clean up the edges. And then I like to make it kind of thick so that it'll blend out a little bit more seamlessly. And a lot of times I will put it over my eyelid, but not today, just because I'm going to be using a different product in the next video or whatever sequence that this will come out. So next I take the LA Girl Pro Concealer in yellow corrector, and I use this for the top part of the eyebrow, and I try not to make it too like dramatic looking. Like sometimes you'll see it's like way too light and it's just like boom in your face. I try not to do it like that, but I do definitely want to make sure that it is nice and cleaned up. So this isn't like too light of a color. And now I like to take my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush and I like to blend this inner part kind of side to side here and then downward. So I just blend out the concealer. And I kind of lightly feather it onto the eyelid here. And then I do the top part kind of the same way, just outwards, upwards, and out. So I'm going to quickly do the other side. So that is it for my eyebrow tutorial. This is always the first step in my makeup routine other than moisturizing and priming. So that's why we're just doing the eyebrows today and none of my other face is done. I'm gonna be doing that in a different video. Check it out. So if you did like this video and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel and give it a like, and then leave a comment telling me what you would like to see from me in the future. I love getting ideas. I love hearing feedback. I love knowing what other people love to see so that I can try to do that for you. So, as a little sneak peek to one of the other videos, because this is probably going to come afterwards, I have a little gem here I'm going to try out in the next video. So give that a check out, and I have all my links down below. Thank you for watching. Bye!